'Tis the season to be podcasting. Stay inside with a warm beverage and a hot microphone. If you're interested, Spotify can help you out. They've got a platform that lets you make one, distribute it, and earn money all in one place for free. It's called Spotify for Podcasters, and here's how it works. Spotify for Podcasters lets you record and edit podcasts right from your phone or computer. So you've already got the equipment necessary to start recording today. Then you can distribute your podcast to Spotify, Apple, Google, and everywhere else podcasts are heard. Video podcasts are also available on Spotify. And when you want to take conversations with your fans to the next level, Q&A and polls are an excellent way to get them talking. With Spotify for Podcasters, you can earn money in a variety of ways, including ads and podcast subscriptions. Best of all, it's completely free. I switched Dorky, Geeky, Nerdy over to Spotify for Podcasters, and I haven't regretted it. The analytics are fantastic, and the new tools for hosting and updating the feed are way more than I could do self-hosting. Now, it's your turn. Head to podcasters.spotify.com and read all about it. Then, let me know what you're podcasting all about. Take me home, country roads. Hey gang, this is episode 172 of the Dorky, Geeky, Nerdy Trivia Podcast. I'm your host, Brian Rollins, and this week we're heading to West Virginia, which, depending on who you ask, is either the northernmost southern state or the southernmost northern state. Either way, it's 3 rounds, 10 questions each. A few of you have reached out to me about how to share the show with their less technically savvy friends and family. Stick around after the show and I'll have some tips. With that said, let's get this show on the road. The Dorky Round. Number 1. Who was the first person to fly faster than the speed of sound? Chuck Yeager. He was born in Myra, West Virginia. Number 2. West Virginia split from Virginia during what conflict? Just like last week's subject, Nevada, West Virginia became its own state during the American Civil War. Number 3. Despite being famous for this fuel, West Virginia is actually number 2 when it comes to mining what? Coal. Number 4. Filmed in parts of West Virginia, what 1978 film starred Robert De Niro and Christopher Walken? The Deer Hunter. Number 5. How many international airports are located in West Virginia? None. Number 6. David Duchovny and Gillian Anderson returned to their iconic roles in what 2008 film set in West Virginia? The X-Files, I Want to Believe. Number 7. Stretching from Georgia to Maine, what mountain range's center is located in West Virginia? The Appalachian Mountains. Number 8. What future U.S. president surveyed parts of West Virginia starting in 1748? George Washington. Number 9. What river, which runs through Washington, D.C., begins in West Virginia? The Potomac. Number 10. What 2007 heist movie starred Channing Tatum, Adam Driver, and Daniel Craig? Logan Lucky. The Geeky Round. Number 1. What state borders West Virginia to the northwest? Ohio. Number 2. Born in Fairmont, West Virginia, who was the first American woman gymnast to win the all-around event in the Olympics? Mary Lou Retton. Number 3. What female mathematician and West Virginian worked for NASA from the Mercury program through the Space Shuttle program? Katherine Johnson. Number 4. What Hillsborough native published The Good Earth in 1931? Pearl S. Buck. Number 5. What 2006 horror video game adaptation starred Sean Bean and takes place in a fictional West Virginia town? Silent Hill. Number 6. Morgantown, West Virginia is home to what Institute of Higher Learning? West Virginia University. Number 7. Taking place in West Virginia, what 2010 horror comedy flipped the script on the hillbilly slasher genre? Tucker and Dale vs. Evil. Number 8. What 2006 Matthew McConaughey movie told the story of a college football team rebuilding after a horrific plane crash? We Are Marshall. Number 9. What abolitionist led a raid on the armory in Harper's Ferry in 1859? John Brown. Number 10. What West Virginia senator lives on a boat while in Washington? Joe Manchin. His yacht, Almost Heaven, is worth approximately $700,000. The Nerdy Round. Number 1. What is the capital of West Virginia? Charleston. It's also the largest city in West Virginia. Number 2. What is the official nickname for West Virginia? The Mountain State. Number 3. What percentage of West Virginia's population speaks more than one language? 3%. 97% of the state speaks only English. Number 4. What holiday, celebrated in May, was first started in Grafton, West Virginia in 1908? Mother's Day. Number 5. What NASA engineer published 2 memoirs, the first titled Rocket Boys and the second titled Don't Blow Yourself Up? West Virginia native Homer Hickam. Rocket Boys was adapted into the movie October Sky. Number 6. West Virginia borders how many other states? 5. Virginia, obviously, and also Ohio, Pennsylvania, Kentucky, and Maryland. Number 7. What musician and West Virginian was the first person to win a Grammy for Best Polka Album? Frankie Yankovic. No relation to Weird Al, although they did collaborate. Number 8. Governor Cecil Underwood holds what 2 distinctions in West Virginia's history? When he was elected in 1956, he was their youngest governor. When he was elected again in 1996, he became their oldest governor. Number 9. In 1927, the first federal prison for what group of people was opened in West Virginia? The Federal Industrial Institution for Women is, as the name suggests, the first federal prison for women. Number 10. The state motto, Montani Semper Liberi, translates to Mountaineers are always what? Mountaineers are always free. And that's it for West Virginia. I've never been, but I've been nearby and I know the area is gorgeous. Maybe on my next trip to DC, I'll find an excuse to head into the Mountain State. Here are a few bonus facts about West Virginia. The Battle of Philippi was the first organized land battle of the U.S. Civil War. West Virginia has more towns named after other places than any other state in the U.S. You'll find towns with names like Athens, Berlin, Cairo, Calcutta, Geneva, and Shanghai. Though it's the Mountain State, the highest peak, Spruce Mountain, is only 4,800 feet tall. The largest hand-cut stone masonry building in North America is located in West Virginia. The Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum is also the second largest building of this type in the world after the Kremlin. I'll let you draw your own connections there. So I mentioned a little technical support in the intro. If you're looking for ways to listen to the show outside of a podcast app, I have a few suggestions. First, you can listen to the show via Audible. It's still free. Just search for Dorky, Geeky, Nerdy, and you'll find us. Just subscribe there, and you can listen to us just like you would an audiobook. Second, if you have a smart speaker like an Amazon Alexa or Google Nest, just ask it to play the Dorky, Geeky, Nerdy podcast. It'll start right up and should remember your place in the show. It's also a fun way to play with your partner, family, or friends. Lastly, you can manually download episodes right from the show's website, dorkygeekynerdy.com/download. From there, you can drop them onto a thumb drive, burn them onto a CD, or whatever. I don't care. I'll see you back here for another bit of fun and trivia. Here's a clue to tide you over. What was the first state to elect a female governor? It might surprise you. See you back here next Wednesday. This has been episode 172 of the Dorky, Geeky, Nerdy Trivia Podcast. The music has been by Jason Shaw at audionautics.com. I'm your host, Brian Rollins. You can find me at thevoicesinmyhead.com. And as always, thanks for listening.